Hello everybody, here is another lesson with Ms Ness and Larkin. Larkin is busy trying to find a snack for herself, but we are going to talk about writing a recount. And if you are specifically looking for the lesson which I sent you in your home learning called Adventure Recount, this is the one you're looking for. Adventure Recount. I'm going to remind you today how to write a recount. We're going to talk about all the features of a recount. So if you're in year 1 or year 2, this might be something that you have been practicing in school. And you will remember that for a recount you need an experience, don't you? Do you want to have that one? For a recount, we need an experience. If we want to write it together, we need something that we have experienced together, for example, going for a walk. But we can't do that right now. So instead, Larkin and I created a little story for you with this little character right here. Who's this? Monkey! Pink Monkey. This is Pink Monkey's adventure. We are going to talk about Pink Monkey's adventure, and then you can either write your own recount about your very own adventure, or you can just use Pink Monkey's adventure and write a recount about that if you fancy. So let's talk about the features of a recount, shall we? Now Larkin has got some numbers in a box, in a little ball right here. So you're going to take out the numbers, Larkin? Lovely. Which number is that? Can you remember? It's 1, isn't it? Number 1. So the first feature we're going to talk about is writing first person. So when you're writing a recount, you're going to write about something that you have experienced yourself. So you're going to talk about yourself. I went to the park. Or if it was more than one person, you can say we went to the park. What's the next feature of a recount, Larkin? Do you want to take another number from the little ball? What's that number? Should we have a look? Do you remember? Is that one 3? Yeah, it's number 3. So the third feature of a recount that we need to remember, there it is, write the events in order. So it's very important that you start with the experience at the beginning and write everything in order as they happened in a recount, because this is not similar to a report when you're writing a general report and not necessarily writing everything in order. In a recount we have to write everything in order. And what's the next one? Thank you, little helper. And that one is number... Is that 2? Yeah, that's number 2. So the second one we remember is use sequential language. Sequential language, that means we are going to use time adverbials, and we might extend those time adverbials into phrases to show the reader of the order of the events as they happen. So write in first person, use sequential language using time adverbials, and write the events in order. Now I wrote time adverbials in big because there are some time adverbials up here, aren't there, Larkin, that we wrote out earlier. So we're going to put the time adverbials on the top. And if you can see them, we can start reading them together. Actually, I might just pop it in front of the camera for you first, so you can see them better. So here are the time adverbials. For example, first, next, then, later, after that, when, finally, meanwhile, once, and in the end. These are just a few of the time adverbials that you might have been practicing in school, how to use them when you're writing a recount in order. Oh, that one's all gone. You can choose another snack from your bag. How exciting. Right, so here is our Pink Monkey, and his adventure was in the park a few days ago when there were some rainy days, weren't there, Larkin? There were some rainy days and we went to the big park, and here is what happened. Pink Monkey got all dressed up, ready for a rainy walk with Larkin. That's you, isn't it? And Pink Monkey is in. Is he in your pocket? Yeah, he was sitting in your pocket, wasn't he? So Pink Monkey got ready for his adventure by putting all his rainy coat and waterproof and warm cosy clothes on. And then they set out to the park. the park was a little bit muddy and wet, and the first thing they did was a big muddy splashy splash about, squelch and splash and splosh. There's Pink Monkey. Pink Monkey didn't really like to get into the splosh and the mud and the puddle, but he was very happy for Larkin to splash about a little bit, wasn't he? Pink Monkey was sitting in your pocket, wasn't he? And he was waving from there. We did the mud and the puddles first, didn't we? And there were some dandelions in the puddles. Do you remember, Larkin? Yeah. So that was what happened next. What happened after that, Larkin? Can you remember? What did Monkey do? Is he sitting on the rail? And he was looking at... What is he looking at? The river. We went to the river. And the river was a little bit deeper than usual because of the rain, all of the rain that we had. And Monkey really enjoyed the trickling of the river. So he just sat on the rail and had a little bit of a relaxing time by the river. And then, then what happened? Do you remember? What was next? Where did we go next? We went on the logs, didn't we? And what did you do? Did you do some climbing with Pink Monkey? Yeah. Pink Monkey sat down and you were very brave and did climbing, didn't you?
No, I'm not brave.
You're not brave. No, you don't like it when we say that you're brave. And there they are on the log. It was very tall. And they jumped on and they did some climbing together. And that was fun. And they even had to hold on to our hands. Sometimes it was so tall. And what did Monkey do after that, Larkin? Do you remember? What did he do next? Where did he go? Did he go on the top of the tree? Monkey climbed on the very top of a tree. Did he do that all by himself? Yeah, he did. Pink Monkey climbed on the top of the tree. He loved climbing so much on the log that he even climbed on top of a tree. And then in the end, we were both very tired, so we came home, didn't we? And we had a nice cup of tea. We had a lovely warm cup of tea together. So here was Pink Monkey's adventure. Now, this is the adventure story that you are very welcome to use. So you can write a recount about this adventure, Pink Monkey's adventure. Or, if you fancy, if you feel like, oh, that adventure sounded amazing, maybe I can do one on my own. Well, not on your own, but with your grown-ups. You could go for an adventure with your grown-ups. And then write a recount about it. Now, what we did after that...
And Mommy do the music.
Yeah, monkey music. Larkin calls the monkey music, don't you? Because Monkey sings with you sometimes as well. He's a very adventurous monkey. Now, what we did after Monkey's adventure is we actually wrote our very own recount. You can see the pictures on the top. And if you are doing this as your home learning for Beddington Infant School, you might not be, but if you are, then you will have received this piece of paper. Wow, good showing. Well done, Larkin. To the park and beyond, one day, my lovely friend. Remember, this is a recount that the monkey is writing. So it was Monkey who wrote this one. And that's why I was pretending to be Monkey and I wrote it in first person. See if you can spot all the time adverbials. So, one day, my lovely friend Larkin suggested that we go for an adventure. First, you're right there now, she put on her warm and waterproof outdoor clothes. Do you want to come and draw a nice waterproof outdoor clothes on the board? Yeah? Come on then.
And me.
Yeah. There you go. I can take this one off and then you can draw on the board. There you go. See if you can take the lid off. First, she put on her warm and waterproof outdoor clothes, and I jumped into the pocket of her raincoat so that we were ready to go. Remember, the recount that is being told is written by Monkey. Hi, I wrote this. I enjoy travelling in the pocket of her raincoat because she does a lot of running and jumping, which makes my journey very exciting. Next, we headed for the park. When we got there, I noticed that it was rather muddy from all the rain that fell the day before, but Larkin and I didn't mind, as we love jumping in the splashy puddles. After the puddles, we went to the river, and I sat on the rail of the bridge, watching the gentle stream trickling by. Once we had a rest by the calming river, we did some climbing on an old log. It was brilliant. When we jumped off the log, I fancied some more climbing, so I climbed a really tall tree while Larkin was cheering me on. After all the fun, I was so tired, so my friend took me home in her pocket. In the end, I sat down with a delicious cup of warm tea that my friend made for me. What an amazing adventure we had together. There is Pink Monkey's recount. Don't forget to send me your recounts, and I will love reading them. And thank you everybody who has already sent me lots and lots of writing. I really enjoy reading everything that you do at home. Come back another time for another session with Ms Ness and her little assistant. Should we say bye to everybody?
Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Good girlie.